Hello everyone, it's Dr. Durst with RevitalyzeMD, and we have a special video today. And so even before we start, as soon as you see it and you like these lips, you need to do the thumbs up and subscribe and help us out so you can see more videos like this. And this is my co-host Farideh. She's got awesome lips as it is. And we kind of coerced her. A little bit of peer pressure is nothing, nothing bad. We're not above that. So we peer pressured her into some lip filler. We just started off with just a small amount of lip filler, but she already has great lips and she was a little hesitant to do it, but she did, and we took some videos. And now we're gonna walk through them so you can see a lip treatment, filler treatment on a newbie to filler, but also somebody that was a little hesitant to get it, and you'll see these wonderful before and afters at the end of the video. So here we go. All right, so obviously we do some topical numbing for lips, and now we are doing a product called Kiss. We'll use different products for each patient, but Farideh has amazing lips as it is. Was a little hesitant to get it, but again, we just used a small amount and are just basically defining the vermilion border right now, all the way up to the Cupid's bow, and just popping that out a little bit. Again, turning up the corners of the mouth at the beginning, and you'll see that in the before and afters. And again, just watching Brooke's technique here is wonderful. Just watching her inject, see that upper lip fill out a little bit, not too much, very natural, and turning up the corners of the mouth is amazing. Again, Farideh never had it, was a little hesitant, not having any discomfort with it. Now we're going to the lower lip, defining that vermilion border. And again, just proceeding along the vermilion border. So you can already see the top lip, the right versus the left, and it's just a subtle enhancement. Again, just enhancing natural beauty in the lips. We lose about 1% of volume a year in the lips, and so you need to replace it. And this is one way to do that. It's just replacing it, plumping them up, making them even more kissable than they were before. So here we are, just now making the other side a little more plump, and the left will now at the end of this match the right side for enhancement. And again, we always love a natural look. We're going to use a product. We have all products available, but we're going to choose a product based on what you want. We love when you bring, a lip picture in that you want, especially if you're new to this. We want to see what you want them to look like, because some people will say plumping, but it doesn't really mean plumping. They'll bring in Kylie Jenner's lips, and then they'll come from no lips and they want plumping, and that's not plumping. That's not one treatment. We need multiple treatments to get there, and so just being realistic, knowing what you want, because my plumping is different than your plumping. So show me a picture of what you want, and then I'll look at the baseline lips, and all of our injectors do the same thing. They know we want to see what you want it to look like. We want realistic expectations, realistic results. And if plumping is what you want, but you bring me in 3 sizes bigger than your natural lips, that is not plumping. It's beautiful, it's what you want, but you're not going to get that with one filler treatment. You're going to need multiple, and just being realistic about that is basically makes everyone happy. We're going to meet everyone's expectations. We're going to be very direct and honest with you. And again, we love a more natural look. We're not into, overfilling. Again, there's a huge myth with fillers that you're going to look unnatural. And so we're going to look at before and afters with Farideh, and she is a newbie, first time, a little nervous about it. And you'll see just the natural enhancement of her lips with just a small amount, which can be done. Most of the time you're getting, a full treatment, and it's still going to look very natural. And we use a product based on your starting baseline and what you want to have done. But again, if it's 3 sizes bigger, that's not going to happen in one sitting. It shouldn't happen in one sitting. And again, we always want it to look natural. So we're gonna look at some before and afters now. So this is a frontal view. You can just see that if you have 1% of volume loss a year and you look at your lips, you're gonna fill out those lines, plump it up a little bit. The lips are just beautifully but naturally enhanced and look natural and nobody's gonna know you had them. So again, don't hesitate to get lip filler because we lose volume in our lips. Here's another view of it. And again, we can choose a product that's right for you based on where you are when you come in and where you want to be. And we always want it to look natural. It's a myth that you're going to look abnormal with filler. It just doesn't happen. It just depends on what somebody pushes for and who your injector is. And here is a 90-degree, and again, just basically is plumping them up a little bit more and still a very natural look. It's beautiful. Everyone needs lips. I hope you enjoyed the video of this lip filler treatment with my co-host Farideh from the podcast. So if you don't know we have a podcast, we do. We have an RMD or Revitalize Wellness Aesthetic podcast, so please look for that on Spotify. We also have a RevMD podcast, and that's a sexual wellness podcast, and look for that on Spotify. But we also have YouTube videos of those same audios or podcasts on our YouTube channel with lots of other very interesting videos. And again, this is Farideh, my co-host from the podcast, who really didn't want to have lip filler done because she's got amazing lips, but just to show you that you can enhance and, you know, maybe a little bit of peer pressure just because of what we do. And her husband didn't want her to have anything done. So now you can see before and afters, and her husband didn't know she had anything done. So my point is, you do what you want to do and you will look amazing and you can look natural and nobody needs to know at all. And so enjoy your lips. Everyone needs them. And so again, like, subscribe, let us know anything else you might want to hear. And again, we're here to revitalize your look, your health, and your sex life.